Hello, welcome to your weekly Pick Your Crystal reading here at Soulprint. Thank you very, very much for being here today. Just a quick little note for anybody looking at getting a personal private reading. If you go into the information box below, you'll see that there's an email address, soulprint888@gmail.com. Just send me out a request looking for reading information. I'll send you back everything you need to know. Currently, I'm booking through the last week of September into October. Alrighty, these are very, very similar colors here, so we're going to distinguish them this way. This one is going to be light green. I'm pretty sure this is a fluorite. This is going to be blue-green. Okay, and this really cool one is what are we calling this one? We're just calling this one green. So take a moment, see which crystal or crystals resonate, and let's get started. All right, so this light green, the Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Devil, and Six of Cups. All right. So the Ace of Wands typically talks about sort of new beginnings, right? Sorry, did I call that the Ace of Pentacles? Right. So what you're talking about here is things that are tangible, right? Very often pentacles talk about money, but they also can cover things like the earth, your physical body, sometimes even your work, your health, money, right? The Eight of Wands is about things moving very, very quickly, a sort of rapid um a rapid forward motion, very often after a period where it just felt like nothing was going forward at all. The devil here, do not panic. The devil talks about things being sort of um backwards, or sort of not in your highest interest or in another's highest interest. And the Six of Cups very, very often represents, kind of happiness from the past, going back. Sometimes it's about old friends. Sometimes it's about an old love being revived. Sometimes it's just about spending some time, in memories, going through photo albums, that kind of thing. So let's take a look at this. This is actually sort of telling kind of an interesting story. It feels very much that for a lot of you who have chosen these cards and this crystal, it feels like there has been some sort of an issue. And I have to say, it feels like something very tangible, like money. It could also be something like waiting for test results to come in, or waiting for property to sell or to buy. But it definitely feels like there's an increase, right? Because it is because it is the Ace of Pentacles, it's about sort of the beginning of a successful venture, new energy coming forward, that kind of thing. This is sort of telling me that there has been some sort of a slowdown or a delay. It could be something as simple as, changing jobs, you're ready to hear, and you don't have a start date. Maybe you are expecting a promotion and it hasn't come through yet. That's the kind of energy. But when things shift, they're going to shift very, very quickly, and they're going to move forward with sort of a great deal of momentum. So, for example, let's just use the example of you're selling something, all right? Um, and so you have this item up for sale, and somebody comes along and they want to buy it, but they want possession immediately. Well, that's great if the item is, something that you can literally just hand to somebody. But if the item is something like a property, It means, there needs to be a period of time. You need to get yourself sorted out. You need to get, packed up, whatever it is, right? And so whatever this is, it creates this real forward, almost rush momentum. Same thing. You may be waiting for some sort of test results and a treatment plan is determined. And again, much faster than you expected. You thought you might have been on a longer waiting list, and all of a sudden you find out that you're not. The devil is representing the opportunity to sort of reverse the way things are being handled, the way you're viewing things or looking at things. Now, it could also have to do with some sort of a dependency, whether it is a dependency on a substance like drugs or alcohol, or the dependency on a relationship. But it feels like this is your opportunity to sort of move things around. If you're new to this channel, um, very, very often when I read the devil card, um, if you take the word devil and you spell it backwards, so Lived, you have lived. If you take evil and spell it backwards, you get Live, live. And so very, very often I will read the devil card as correcting something that needs to be flipped, that needs to be reversed. You're not walking on the path of your highest intentions. And so the devil comes along and it says, all right, well, now is your opportunity to shift things around, to move things, to flip them so you can move forward and more positive. The Six of Cups is telling me that whatever this situation is has to do with something that is from before now. So, is it possible that you are trying to deal with, selling, for example, a family home or settling an estate, and there has been issues? Is it that you've been waiting for certain results to come through, and it is reminiscent of something that you've already gone through before? But the Six of Cups is not sort of a sad, card. It's about happiness. It's about, good things coming forward, but from the past. So this feels actually like a very, very gentle reading. It's sort of saying, okay, things are going to start moving forward in a material way, in it's just sort of faster than you are currently anticipating. And that speed in and of itself is going to give you the opportunity to release sort of almost older habits or behaviors and replace them with something that is newer. And very often it might be something that is newer, but not necessarily um, like newer for this time. It could be reverting back to a kind of an understanding, a philosophy, a behavior, a thinking pattern from before. It could be leaning on people for support who have been in your life for a really, really long time. It could be friends from before or at a distance moving into your energy. So overall, this is actually a really sort of pleasant energy. It's just simply talking about a delay and things moving forward, and needing to move, needing to look at them and see what needs to be adjusted, and recognizing that you have behaviors or people or issues from the past that are going to help reflect your ability to make these changes. All right. And let's go with the blue green. All right. Two of Cups, Four of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Okay. So the Two of Cups often talks about a partnership. And, it can be a romantic partnership, but it can also be a partnership, um, a business partnership. It can be a friendship, but you're looking at sort of a positive energy With the Two of Cups, it very often will denote a new relationship, sometimes a start of something that brings you a lot of happiness, something that is just pleasant and comforting and lovely feeling and wonderful. The Four of Cups here is suggesting that you've been waiting for this for a while and you've been less than thrilled with how long things have been taking to sort themselves out. And in fact, you've kind of gotten to a place where you're almost saying, you know what? I just don't even know if it's worth hanging on to this thought or this dream or this hope, because I'm not seeing any indications that what I'm looking for is going to, arrive. Now, I want to add just a simple caveat here, because I don't want anybody out there who has been waiting for something for a really long time and it hasn't arrived to think it's just going to simply show up. What will happen is really a result of your own thoughts, processes, and your own ability to manifest and bring things forward. So, but if there is something that's, that you're aware that should be on its way to you, um, it's been taking too long, or you haven't been very happy with it. It's just the Four of Cups is just kind of a card of just kind of being bored and discontent and things not working out the way you want. It's that kind of an energy. The Knight of Pentacles is um, telling you that there are going to be eventual positive outcomes. Pentacles, again, because it is something tangible. So it could be, money coming forward. It could be an acceptance letter. It could be finally getting, I don't know, a contract from a future employer. It could be resources coming forward as a result of this partnership that you have been waiting for. They're finally on their way to you. And the Hierophant very, very often will represent big business, government agencies. Sometimes it will represent sort of a mentor coming forward. So somebody, for example, who could help you with maybe financial, an influx of money, or a tax situation, or somebody that you turn to who has a particular area of expertise. It could also indicate that whatever this sort of delay has been could simply be a matter of where resources are moving from. If Are they coming from the government? Are they coming from a large institution? But what this is saying basically is that you have this Two of Cups beginning, and even though it has taken a while, there's every indication that things are going to move forward in a way that um is going to bring you kind of the results that you were hoping for and looking for. And the Hierophant is talking about bringing in somebody to help you manage, or recognizing that whatever this is could be coming from a bigger institution. And frankly, they just don't move, generally speaking, with the kind of speed and efficiency that we think that they should. But overall, what this is saying is, listen, we know, we get it. The universe is saying we get that this hasn't been going the way you want, and you're a little kind of put out about it. But trust that there's a new beginning, there's a new partnership, there's new relationships coming forward, and that is going to help move this situation forward in a way that brings you some abundance, and that there is help and guidance available to you should you need it. And this funky green, Ace of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. All right. So the Ace of Cups very, very often is about, your emotions. It's about um, again, new beginnings, new relationships, emotional situations. It's about love and devotion, relationships, creativity. So there's this beginning here. And then you have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is talking about either that you have gone through a very, very difficult time, a time that has been stressful, a time where there's been a lot of worry or anxiety. And it has been very tiring for you. It's been very kind of weary. All right. But because and again, because you've got this Nine of Swords following the Ace of Cups, it could very well be some sort of a disappointment within a relationship, or something that you had a lot of kind of hope would unfold a certain way, and it has not. And it's kind of put you in a place where you're wondering if you actually are on the right path forward, or whether you're holding on to something maybe that you need to let go of. But because you have the Four of Wands and the Queen of Wands following that, and of course, the Wands are about fire, they're about action, and very often about your intuition, they're about inspiration, they're, the communications. But the Four of Wands in particular tends to talk about sort of a happy event, right? So very often the Four of Wands will show up if you're talking about some sort of a family or community celebration, weddings, engagements, baptisms, you know, w- eh, just family get-togethers, reunions, that kind of energy. And with the Queen of Wands sitting here, it is helping to bring forward an energy that is very warm, very embracing, very understanding. And so, even though it feels as if things have not really worked out the way you want, or you're just anxious that they won't work out the way you're hoping. And if that's what's going on with you, you need to make sure you cancel those lower vibrational negative thoughts and replace it with something very, very positive. Basically what this looks like is you've got this beginning, there's stress or anxiety around it, but ultimately it's going to lead to success, it's going to lead to celebration, and that's going to put you in a place where you're very busy going forward, but the energy surrounding whatever this is tends to be very warm, very cheerful, very organized, very straightforward, clear speaking, clear understanding, that kind of thing. So that's what I know about that. Alrighty. So thank you very, very much for being here today. I really do appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, you have a really, really wonderful week. Thank you. Bye bye.